It is Inside the NBA presented by Kia. Opening night of the NBA season. The 21 and 22. And season number 75.
Let me do it, Ernie.
Of the NBA. Shaq, you got the floor.
Let me do it, Ernie.
Go ahead.
You got the floor.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Okay.
Just like old times.
Glad to be back.
Barkley sucks. Barkley sucks.
Oh, come on
Barkley
now.
sucks. Barkley sucks. Barkley sucks.
Come on,
Barkley sucks. Barkley sucks. Louder. Louder.
Hey.
Louder. Louder.
Hey,
What a teammate.
I'm back at
What
the
a
crib.
teammate.
The crib, tell him.
I wish we were in Philadelphia. Because if you come to Philadelphia and work and you're a jackass, we let you go home.
You do?
Yeah, we don't do that. Y'all crazy. Hey, clearly we're not in Philadelphia.
No, but Philadelphia came here, that's for sure.
Listen, you can't come here and act like a fool. We'll let you go home.
121-114, the final score in Game 2 of our opening night doubleheader. What do you say we look at the highlights? Golden State Warriors visiting Staples Center to take on
Don't pass out all that
LeBron
big game there, LeBron.
Jack's here. Steph Curry is here. Money Mayweather's here.
Oh, yeah, the stars came out tonight. Lil Wayne was in the house.
Oh, good early on.
Oh, okay.
And right off the opening tip.
Okay, DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre's complaining he got fouled like he was going to make the free throw.
And here it's early. Still too close to call. 4-all. And Steph breaks the tie.
And then Melo comes in. For
Place
his first
went
time as a
wild, too,
Laker.
Jet. Yeah.
I mean, just showing appreciation what he's done over his career.
Yeah, he and Rondo come in.
Boy, tell you what,
Well, tell us what.
I'm telling you, this Laker team would be good if it was 2010.
Jordan Poole with the runner and the contact.
He's continuing what he did in the preseason. This guy was unbelievable.
Hey, Chuck.
He made a step, and he's continued to do that.
Hey, Chuck, you know, it's funny. Reggie said, we don't want you to panic. But hey, they lost 7 games in a row, didn't they?
No, that preseason doesn't.
Yeah, you ain't gonna count those. There's LeBron
counts
wearing number 6 and started the game 6 for 6 from the field. Rondo for 3.
You know, listen, I'm not going to panic after one game, but listen, just to those that ain't going to run all these old geezers out there and win, and the people got along, they got to think it's wrong about that one. It ain't going to be like that.
Lakers led 59-53 at the half.
And all these
LeBron would have 34 in the game.
And listen, all these other fools talking about the regular season don't matter. They're stupid too.
Well, you know, they're going to have to figure out their rotations.
Oh, they're going to be old no matter who they put out there.
Golden State doing the same thing they always been doing. Great ball movement.
Knocking down threes.
Look at all these wide open shots.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, Steph Curry creates all that action because right here you got to triple him or double him. If you don't, Cash rules everything around him.
Golden State came out, hit him with a 15-5 run to start the fourth quarter, take the lead, and would hold on to it. Andrew Wiggins from 27 feet.
You know, the question for the Lakers is they got a lot of offensive power, older offensive power, but can they stop anybody?
See, for me, Shaq, I think, go ahead, Ernie. Okay.
No, go ahead.
I think for me, the biggest thing is like you got Avery Bradley, you got Malik Monk, you got Rondo, you got Nunn, Bazemore, you're going to have Tucker come back. I'm not sure who plays what rotation and who plays with Westbrook in that because a couple of those guys take the ball out of his hand, so I'm not sure if he's comfortable just running the lanes and not having the ball in his hands. He's not rebounding as much. So you got 6 guys that I don't even know who's the better player out of those 6 guys I named and who's going to play from night to night.
The Lakers had 2 players in double figures tonight, both over 30, Davis and LeBron. Nobody else in double figures, and Russell Westbrook in his debut, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists on 4 of 13 shooting, a guy who had 38 triple-doubles last year and goes triple-single in his debut with the Lakers.
Well, listen, I think that Russell was trying to be, he was too passive in my opinion tonight. Russ got to play like he plays. He got to play with a ton of energy. I think that number one, I said at halftime, they can't play him and Rondo together because they're not good shooters. I would play Russ with the second unit, and I'd speed them up and make them play full court. Because in the half court, you're going to go to LeBron or AD because they're the two best players. But West, we're not going to run plays for him. He's not a great shooter. So put him out there with the second unit and let them play much faster. That's what I would do.
You know, if Russ is not going to get the ball in the primary offense, when he doesn't get the ball, when they don't get the rebound,
go.
You should sprint down the court.
With the second group.
Get easy buckets. He's good enough to get 6 to 8 easy points every night just by being out there playing.
First time that AD and LeBron have each gone for 30 and the Lakers have lost that game. Meantime, Golden State gets 21, 10, and 10 out of Steph Curry, 8th career triple-double. Jordan Poole, the guy who in college at Michigan, remember he's the guy who hit the miracle three to beat Houston and send them into the Sweet 16 back in 2018. He goes for 20. And this is a team that anxiously awaits the return of Klay Thompson to this mix.
Yeah, they're going to outshoot you. Because what Steph Curry does is, and whenever he has the ball, you have to, on the defensive end, look at him as a magnet. And so he's creating double teams on the perimeter. That's the hardest thing to do. Most guys can create double teams in the post. But on the perimeter, and because he shoots it so deep, you have two guys always running around. So you got Otto Porter now. Poole is going to have a career year this year because of that. Then you're going to have Klay come back, and then all of a sudden,
Bielitsa has a nice debut.
But
they have a lot of shooters.
They have a lot of weapons, but this wasn't a fair assessment because, listen, the Lakers, they're awful defensively. People talk about all those guys they brought in. They signed Avery Bradley off the scrap heap this week to have some defense because none of them other guys are good defenders. All those other guys, first of all these guys on the Lakers are good players and they're older, but not one of those guys you would say, oh, he's a lockdown defender. That's why they brought in Avery Bradley 2 days ago. And they tried to put him out there to guard Steph, that's a mismatch on anybody. But they're going to have to figure out I think at some point they're going to think about playing some zone too.
And I think people forget the game of basketball as it is today is a result of how Golden State plays. Supreme ball movement, the way they play. If you put shooters out there with those guys coming back, they're going to have a good year. They're definitely going to make the playoffs. But listen, they play young. They play unselfish. They move the ball. Listen, with Klay, Steph, Draymond, a couple other guys, they're going to be dangerous.
Golden State led the league in assists last year, had 30 in game 1 of this season. They also had 11 wins when trailing by double digits last year, and that's the way they start out the 21-22 season.
I love you, Chuck.
This project